So it's taken me over a month to work on this video. I changed my hair in the process. I'm going to explain why here at the beginning of this video. So it took me a super long time to edit this. First of all, because I watched this special 3 times. And it's like, I don't even know. I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes long. So each time I rewatched it, kept adding up, adding more hours. And then I also had to record the special because I couldn't find links of it anywhere that I could actually use in my video. And yeah, fun stuff like that. And then after that, I had some problems like exporting my video, internet problems, all that fun stuff. And then eventually my video got copyright claimed because I used so much of the music from the special in the video. And I don't know why I didn't think that it would get copyright claimed. I was kind of worried about it, but I still did it anyways. I just saw one other video of someone using a few clips from the special, so I thought it was okay, but I used a lot of clips, so that's probably why it wasn't okay. So I re-edited this. It only took me like 30 minutes, but I've just been so busy that I've been putting it off for a little bit. So yeah, I just did that. So I didn't really do a whole lot. I just took the audio out of the clips where he's singing. There's still a few videos where he's talking. I left the audio on those, and then I went ahead and added some music so that it's some copyright-free music, mind you, so that it's not completely silent throughout the video. And of course it's not silent because I'm talking the whole time. But yeah, enjoy this 30-minute video. I worked really hard on it, so if you could it took me a really long time to work on this too, so if you could please, I don't really care about likes or people subscribing or anything like that right now, especially because I'm a smaller channel and I'm really just doing this for fun right now. But if you could just give me your feedback and just, I don't know, just, I don't know what to say. I don't know, just enjoy the video. Have a good time. That's all I gotta say. Okay, bye. Hello. So I tried to film this video earlier, but I had no idea what I was saying, so I scrapped it and I just decided to redo it. I made a script for this one, which I wasn't planning on doing, but this is something that I kind of wanted to go in depth on, so I made a 3-page script about it. So today we're talking about Bo Burnham's new special, Inside. And I know it came out like a few weeks ago, so I'm a little late on the hype train because I know lots of people have already been talking about it, and a few people have already made videos about it. It's all over TikTok. Well, the song's not the special itself, but yeah. And I am wearing my glasses today because I have really bad eye strain from the hours of content that I just endured. So yeah, let's get into the script. Like I said, this is a long script, so hopefully this won't be a super long video. I'll try to go through it kind of quick since I already know what I'm saying. So, for starters, I'm a huge Bo Burnham fan. Always have been since I found out about him in my sophomore year of high school in the year of our Lord, Papa Franku.
Wait, where's Frank? Yeah, baby.
I've always been drawn to his raunchy, offensive, woke, I guess you could say, style of humor. While Inside kind of takes a step back from his other works, I still love it all the same. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but it's definitely very good. The goal of this special is for it to be done in the comfort of his own home, no outside help, and to take an indefinite amount of time. It almost feels like he's going back to his roots when he would record alone in his room, but obviously this time with more budget, more equipment, and years of experience in the industry under his belt. It's amazing to see how he makes this into the enthusiastic special that it is. So the music starts off with an upbeat 80s synth pop vibe. Which is something new we haven't seen from Bo, but I absolutely dig it. The style of music becomes a theme throughout the special. It shows up in songs like Content, Problematic, and 30. It doesn't really match the tone of what's being said in the songs, that being a feeling of isolation and depression, but I think that's the whole point of it, and it definitely matches the upbeat style of the serious songs. He turns comedic. Also, most of the 80s synth pop I've heard matches the upbeat yet sad theme. You've got Tainted Love, Don't You Want Me, My Ministry. It wasn't Ministry, it was the Human League. So disregard what I said. I totally look like somebody that should listen to synth pop, right? So I did a tiny little Sweet Dreams cover here, but I didn't want to get copyright claimed, so I just decided to delete it. But yeah, this is one of the songs I'm talking about. It'll have you dancing while simultaneously crying in the club, or in your room if you never leave the house like me. I never really got into synth pop, but this makes me really want to. Another thing I think he makes really good use of is lighting and visuals. In the beginning of the special, he has a headlamp strapped to his head and he shines it into a disco ball that's spinning. It adds a lot of flair to the already upbeat song. He also uses a projector a lot and has different types of scenery behind him for different scenarios. This is best used in the song Welcome to the Internet, where it starts off with him having a scene of stars behind him, and it goes into Cosmos at the bridge and mixes the two towards the end. There's also Sexting, where he has a wall of emojis in the text conversation. Comedy and Problematic are probably both my favorite songs from the special because they both touch on Bo being self-aware, and they're both very different in their messages. In Comedy, Bo touches on the aspect of comedy dying and joking during a pandemic. The funniest part of this song is where he says this. It's also very reminiscent of his past work. In Problematic, he talks about how he's been really offensive in the past and is trying to be a better person. I like the clip where a cross is projected onto him and he's standing in it as if he were Jesus at his crucifixion. The irony is that he's apologizing for making offensive jokes, makes one in the song. Both songs are very upbeat and give off a vibe of Bo growing as a person. That Funny Feeling is definitely a runner-up just for its laid-back atmosphere, acoustics, and just the fact that he's talking about everything he fears. The skits in the special are pretty damn good. How the World Works is a really good example of the type of humor he's known for. It starts off upbeat and happy and then turns into the format he likes to do where he makes it political. Sako is a great addition, and I love the bit at the end where he pulls him off his hand after him begging him not to. Another good skit is the one where he's doing a parody reaction to his own song, and he starts off explaining the concept of the song. Once it turns into an session of him watching him reacting to himself, he becomes more critical and it spirals out of control to where he eventually stops the video.
Am I balding? This is really, really disturbing. I don't like looking at myself like this, and I want this to stop. Like, I want this to stop. I'm stopping this. Yeah, that was my reaction to the song, and I hope you enjoyed it.
The video game stream skit is also great. It reminds me of one of those 2D side scrollers or those RPG Maker games where you're just exploring and trying to find secrets and figure out what's going on. I like that all he does is cry and basically just walk around the room. He also does a great job pretending to be a streamer. In the beginning of the special, he talks about how it's going to be all over the place, and it definitely is, much like this video, but there's still a lot of instances where it's cohesive. He does a little stand-up bit where he talks about how people feel the need to always be talking, how they should just shut the fuck up for an hour. That eventually leads into the reaction video. Then there's a bit where he's lying on the floor and says he's horny, and that leads into the song Sexting.
I'm horny.
Inside Again leads into him watching his old videos with what seems like disdain. These instances seem very planned. Another thing he makes good use of in this special is the editing. In Problematic, it's lots of quick cuts between him working out and sweating and dancing. It does a great job of keeping tempo with the song. There's also a moment where he picks up the camera and moves it around with him, and I think that really adds to the immersion. Though White Woman's Instagram is one of the most basic songs in the special, I do think he did a really good job piecing everything together. I was amazed at how... Another thing I wanted to touch on is the part where Bo turns 30. He sits in a dark room next to a digital clock with it at 2 minutes to midnight. He talks about how he's about to be 30 and how he wanted to finish his special before he turned 30.
Before I turned 30, because the idea of turning 30 while still in this fucking room working on this thing alone, that just seemed, I just wanted to avoid that.
That made me really sad because it's not only the idea of reaching a major milestone in your life alone, but also the idea that he failed his goal. Now, I know he didn't fail. The special is amazing. This leads into the song where he talks about how he wants to kill himself at 40, which is obviously a joke, as he states in the next bit. I also just wanted to add, there's another instance of synth pop that I found while researching for this video. It's another Human League song. It sounded kind of similar to the beginning of 30, so I don't know if maybe he got some inspiration from the song. It's the song Dreams of Leaving by the Human League. I just listened to the beginning of it, and it sounded really similar to that. So if you want to, you can look it up and see for yourself if maybe it sounds similar. But yeah, I just saw that and thought it might have something to do with it.
I just want to say for the record that I do not want to kill myself, okay? I don't want to kill myself, and I'm not going to kill myself. And if you're out there and you're struggling with, suicidal thoughts and you want to kill yourself, I just want to tell you, don't. Okay? Can you not, please? Just don't, alright? Fucking quit it with the...
All of this really stuck with me because I've been worried about the passage of time. I'll be 25 in less than 4 months, and I'm just now doing all the things I wanted to do. I can never hope to be as successful as Bo, but I hope I can at least make an impact by 30. He also talks about how he could kill himself for a year, he would, and I find that hilariously relatable.
But if I could kill myself for a year, I'd do it today. If I could kill myself today and be dead until like 18 months from now, I would do it. But, alas, when you kill yourself, you're dead forever.
I think the song that people have been talking about the most is the song Shit, especially on TikTok, because of course it's the most relatable and the one with the snazziest composition/vocals. I love this song, but honestly, I hate all the TikToks about it, because they don't offer anything creative to the table. Basically, every TikTok I've seen about the song has just been someone dancing to it or coming up with some dumb scenario to go along with it, which I guess is maybe the point of the song, for it to be catchy and relatable and be the hip new song that all the kids are into. But every time I watch TikTok about it, I just find myself like... Yeah. These TikToks literally take 2 brain cells to make. And I'm sorry if I sound really cocky, but this video that I'm making right now takes so much more effort than what this person just did. I have spent hours on this video. This person just came up with an idea, sat down for like 5 minutes and did this. Oh, I love TikTok, but I hate it at the same time. So yeah, great song, very creative, but of course everyone else had to ruin it. I also think it's really funny that he talks about how these are mostly the ones making the TikToks. I get that it's a joke, but it's funny in this regard. Something he focuses on a lot throughout the special is the concept of staying inside, which obviously is the point of the special and the point of everything going on in the world. It's also very reminiscent of how he started making content as a 15 to 16-year-old stuck in his room, making comedic songs and posting them on YouTube. The song Inside Again touches on this and becomes almost like a theme for the special. It also goes back to the original Bo Burnham sound we all know and love. Start to finish, you can tell how depressed he actually is and how much more depressed he gets as time goes on. I mean, being isolated in a room, working on a project completely alone that you don't know is going to actually be good for an uncertain amount of time, it's going to take a toll on anyone, but especially someone who has made their livelihood around creating. You can definitely tell that he's trying to keep everything together, but is still going slightly mad over time. There's a lot of instances in the special where I felt an immeasurable amount of dread, not only for things that are currently happening in the world, but also things that are happening in his life. There's a point where he pauses and says he's not well and then starts sobbing.
I am not well.
I almost started sobbing myself. Despite all that, I still felt really comfortable watching this, and I felt I was finally seeing the real Bo. At the end, he shows himself looking back on his work with a smile, which I hope means that he is happy with his work. I think the whole point of the special is to show how detrimental being in complete isolation could be on someone's mental health. As I said earlier, you can see his depression getting worse as time goes on. While it may seem like he's doing okay at a surface level and from a comedic standpoint, but emotionally, he's definitely not okay. This is a sentiment myself, and I know a lot of other people have felt because of this last year and a half. There's a point where he talks about how that hit me really hard. I hope this special makes everyone feel the dread that he's feeling, but also helps them realize that there is so much joy in creating. Another thing I wanted to add, I do realize that there is a lot of instances where he talks about the internet, and that's kind of something that takes a theme throughout the special. So it is a really big part of the special, and I'm not trying to deny that at any point in the special or say that that's not at all what the special is about. But I really do think that it is more about what Bo is going through during this time in his life and during this time in the world, and also kind of highlighting mental health and how social media can affect that, how the internet can affect that, a big influencer can affect that. And I also wanted to say that I really love this special. I know at the beginning that I said that I didn't think it was a masterpiece, that I thought it was really good. The more that I watched this, going back and having to write a script and having to edit it, the more that I actually really loved this special, and the more I actually really connected with it, the more that I saw how much I could actually see a lot of my own life and a lot of my own thoughts and feelings in it. And also, I really hope that, well, I can already see that people love this special, and I can already see that people can relate to it. I hope that that holds true for forever. And I also hope that Bo continues to create after this. I hope that he fulfills his dream of going back to performing again, and I also hope that he continues to just get better. And yeah, like overall, I feel like this was a really good experience for everyone involved. I feel like this was a healing experience for Bo, and I'm really excited to see where this leads us. And this whole thing really made me just really that much more compassionate about creating, and it just compassionate about life and just excited for life. And yeah, so I'm just overall, like, I'm feeling so many emotions, but I'm also just really happy at the same time. So yeah, I really feel like this was something that the general public really needed to see. Like, this needed to happen. So yeah, those are my other 2 cents on the topic. I also wanted to apologize if I sound insincere at any moment in this video. That happened because of reading off the script and everything. I didn't mean to make it sound that way. I will try not to make that happen in the future, but just so you know, that is the only reason that happens. So don't come for me in the comments. Just keep that in mind, okay? One thing I wanted to talk about is that I did notice when I was going back to rewatch it on Netflix, I couldn't find it anywhere on the front page. Usually when I'm looking for stuff on Netflix, I just go right to the front page because, you know, I'm lazy. I don't like to search for things, but I didn't see it. Not on new releases, not on popular, not on top 10. And I looked it up just to make sure, and it was number 10 on the list of most popular shows on Netflix as of June 8th. Okay, so it actually finally showed up on the front page. I don't know why when the first time I watched it, it wasn't even on here, but the weird thing is when you scroll down, it's not on the top 10 list, and then actually so it should be number 10 right here, because according to this article, we don't care about these other ones, we just want to go down to the bottom, which is the only article I can find. Number 10 on the list. So I don't understand where they're getting their information. Also, 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I don't understand where they're getting this information, but this is literally the only source of information that I could find. So either this is false information, or Netflix is just trying to scrub any good publicity about Beau off of the internet. That is my hot take on that. You may not agree with me. You may not like this video. You may not even care about Bo Burnham. But I hope that you at least watch this. If not, just to kind of get my opinion about it. I am hoping to get this uploaded this week. It's Monday when I'm filming this. But we'll see what happens. And then the next video I want to do is I want to do a gameplay. So I'll probably upload that next week. Also, there was another creator that I watched. His name is Nick Is Not Green. He did, I wouldn't really say it was in depth, but he talked more about like the actual songs versus just a full analysis of the special itself. So if you want to see that video, I would highly recommend it, and I'll also put the link in the description for you guys to check it out. Another thing I did want to say is, so the other night when I was getting ready for bed, I saw that Danny Gonzalez had made a video about this special. He made a tier list about it, about all the songs. So if you want to check that video out, I will leave a link in the description. Normally I would insert a clip, but my little downloader thingy that I use to download YouTube videos is not working, so we're not going to do that today. There's another creator. It wasn't on this special specifically, but he kind of did a little documentary type thing about Bo Burnham and kind of his career and his life. Go watch that. It's Jay Aubrey. I'm not gonna insert a clip of that one because it just doesn't really have anything to do with the video. Well, it kind of does, but whatever. I'll put that one in the description if you want to check it out. But yeah, I will hopefully see you guys next week. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are having a great week. And yeah, I will see you soon. Bye.